All right, let's talk about Tua. Tua had another one of those just insane statistical performances in this one. At this point, like, he's just a good quarterback. You have to, you can't say that he's not. I had some nitpicks in this game, but as a whole, I thought this was a great performance from Tua. Really good stuff. And let's talk about what I thought he did so well in this one. So first, we're going to start off with this play, because I wanted to start off with just like a good Tua play. A lot gets talked about with the the situation around him and all that stuff. And listen, we'll get to it. But this one, 3rd down and 6, man coverage. Braxton Berrios is actually going to be the main route to watch, as you can see how it could work. You can kind of get past the corner a little bit, and it could be a good angle for Tua to try and hit, especially with no one covering over the middle of the field. Right off the bat, Tua actually looks somewhere else, but has to kind of move around a little bit, gets his face mask pulled, and then throws off balance to Berrios, who, there's a window, but it's not a wide open window. There's another defender who could come in and make a play. I mean, this is a tough play from Tua. However, it's a perfect ball, and they're able to pick up that first down right there. I mean, that's a great play from Tua, quite frankly. And again, you could sit here and say, oh, situation all you want. Well, at the end of the day, when he's not in a great situation, he's still making the throws. I don't hold someone being in a good situation against them. Obviously, I pay attention to context of that's going to obviously bump up your passer rating when you have Tyreek Hill, of course. Like, this play is a good example of that, where, it's going to be, the way this play is going to work is it's a man coverage play. You have Tyreek Hill, who's going to run a route where he's in motion, because, again, the Dolphins are smart to have guys in motion, get, players, out of position, stuff like that. Watch how when this play begins, though, Hill is going to eventually cut back over the middle, and, I mean, he's wide open. I mean, there's not even a guy 10 yards away, close to him at this point. This is an incredibly easy throw, because you have, I still think, the best receiver in football. There's other guys you could talk about. I still put Tyreek Hill at number 1, though. I think that he is that guy, and, he showed what he can do in this game. Yeah, this helps. Also, as you see, Tyreek Hill, also incredibly difficult to bring down after the catch as well. Took a big hit there, but made a move to make some more yards. Like, yeah, that helps. Of course. You don't have to, figure out, like, how to defend it or anything. Yeah, it helps. No denying that. But part of it, too, is something like this, where it's like, it's also them working together and them having good chemistry. Like, that's a big part of it as well, is Tua being able to, hit the throws and take advantage of when Hill gets open, right? I mean, the reality is, yeah, Hill would be good in any system, but there's a reason why Hill seemingly is at his best in this system, even better than when he was with Mahomes, and part of it is because of Tua. Like, that's a part of it, right? Where it's going to be a go route on the outside, one-on-one matchup, which I have to say, Chargers, don't put J.C. Jackson on Tyreek Hill one-on-one. Why were you doing that? Brandon Staley, get it together, especially this late in the game. Okay, try it for, Todd Bowles tried it for a quarter and said, all right, let's not do that anymore, and went too safety deep. Chargers, not doing that, still keeping a one-on-one matchup here. Tua's going to take the snap, and you see Hill's going to blow by J.C. Jackson. I mean, look at that. And I do have to mention, you can see it on the screen, there were technically 2 safeties deep on this play, but given the way that the Chargers run their 2 safety deep coverages, they have to also be prepared to stop the run in a potential running play, which means the sidelines can sometimes be open if you're quick enough, and yeah, Tyreek Hill's quick enough. And also, look at this ball. I mean, that's right on the money. At the end of the day, like, okay, yeah, Hill was wide open, but Tua is still putting the balls right on the money. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're open or not. If you're making an accurate throw, you're making an accurate throw, and Tua was making accurate throws. Let's get into some nitpicks. Let's get into some criticisms, because, yes, there were some negative plays in this one. He threw an interception. Let's talk about the interception. This one, I'm actually conflicted on how much I dislike this, because on paper, it's basically the exact same thing I just showed you. A one-on-one matchup on the outside. Like, yeah, okay, try to make that happen. I would say, though, that the difference here is, so this is J.C. Jackson on Braxton Berrios one-on-one. It's different if it's Tyreek Hill one-on-one. This is not Tyreek Hill. And, I also should mention, Tyreek Hill did get wide open on this play. But anyway, you're going to see Tua take the snap, and he's going to look towards Berrios, and, there's an opportunity for this to be made. I actually don't think that the setup is a terrible setup here for Berrios to win. It's just kind of a mismatch. Like, J.C. Jackson, who did not have a great day trying to cover Tyreek Hill, like, he still is an effective corner, and if he's going up against Berrios, who really, hasn't, to me, shown that he's anything better than like a solid number 3 option at this point in his career. Like, this is not the throw you should probably make. So I think while I'm conflicted in the sense of, 3rd down and 12, give your receiver a chance. It's sometimes worth the potential reward of getting 4 points here. But instead, J.C. Jackson's going to get the interception, and they lose 3 points here, which is, obviously not ideal. J.C. Jackson maybe shouldn't have ran that one out. Just throwing that out there. Maybe could have just, stayed in the end zone. Also worth mentioning. But that was, I would say, a bad play by Tua. It was. He also did have this missed throw as well, where the way it's supposed to work is, once again, Tyreek Hill in man coverage. Hey, that's not going to work out too well, right? Watch as Tua takes the snap. He is going to fake play action, fakes a screen pass, throws it up to Tyreek Hill, and I think he just didn't get his feet planted in time. I think he just, he was so focused on the fakes, didn't get his feet fully planted, because, like, this is open. I mean, this could be an easy, big completion. And instead, I mean, this is underthrown and honestly should have been intercepted. That should have been an interception there. So that was a missed throw as well. Okay, he missed a couple throws, made a couple bad decisions. He also threw for 466 yards, right? Like, I feel like sometimes people look at these YouTube videos looking for like hype videos instead of what I try to do, which is just give my analysis on the full game. I always try to find positives in someone's bad performance and negatives in someone's good performance. Those that are negatives in someone's good performance, let's show one of the best throws of the week. I'll say the best throw of the week on this next one. I mean, this play, especially given the situation, down 4 points of 3.5 minutes to go, this is a thing of beauty. You have Tyreek Hill in a one-on-one matchup. Chargers, what are you doing on the outside? Okay, take advantage. Your opponent's making a mistake. Take advantage. So Tua's going to take the snap, and the play takes a second to develop, but watch him step up in the pocket right here and throws off balance. I mean, he throws running forward, which I think in some ways is one of the toughest throws to pull off, but Tua's so good at it. Tua hits those pretty consistently. This is not wide open either. This is not one of Tyreek Hill's better routes, which is saying something because there still is a window here. I mean, this is a tough throw to make. But watch this accuracy. I mean, that's just a thing of beauty. I'm sorry, that's the best throw of the week. That's the best throw anyone made this week. And that's just what Tua can do. Is like, yeah, he missed a couple of throws in this one. Only a couple, though. Like, I'm being very nitpicky. He was really good in this game. I created this chart that I think is going to hopefully perfectly illustrate how I view quarterbacks in general in terms of how they played, in terms of, their actual value versus just what the box score statistics were. So, like, for example, sometimes a quarterback has a game like this, where their value was higher than the actual numbers suggest. This could mean, like, I don't know, a receiver dropped a pass in the end zone that would have given them 50 yards, or, like, there was a fluky interception that made the numbers look worse, something like that. Obviously, the other side of the coin is that sometimes the opposite happens, right? Sometimes you have a game where, the quarterback wasn't really doing a lot, but there was guys wide open. This is like the Jimmy Garoppolo special, right? Where, with all due respect to Jimmy Garoppolo, usually the numbers ended up being better than how his actual performance is. I think a lot of times when people view Tua, they view him in, I would say Tua haters put him in this category. And while to some degree, I kind of agree, like his stats are going to usually be better than his value, it's because he's constantly in a great situation. So it's almost like the higher that value graph goes, also the higher the stats are going to be. So I would say the game was like this in this one, where it's like, yeah, the stats were a little bit better than the value because you have Tyreek Hill and you have Jalen Waddle and you have this great offense and all of that stuff. But, like, no matter how high the value gets, if the value goes off the charts, so is the stats. And the stats almost always just exceed the value because you're in a good situation in football at the end of the day, despite what ESPN might tell you is still a team sport. But this shouldn't be held against Tua. All we should do is measure based on the actual value, and stats can be a way to help tell us what the value is, but in a specific game, box score stats can be very misleading. However, in this game, Tua was awesome, and Tua deserved the box score stats. That's how I viewed all of this stuff. And again, just to be clear, I'm saying this as a positive way towards Tua. I picked the Dolphins to go to the Super Bowl this year. All right, very pro Tua here. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on all of this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Tua and his performance? Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.